Good morning, everybody. I'm Tricia Lehan, the State President for the Arizona Women's Council of Realtors. I have with me Lynn Trait, President-elect, Stacy Krolak, the President of the Scottsdale Network, and LaTanya Gore, Membership Chair for the Scottsdale Chapter. We're really excited to be here with you this morning and excited to share the recruitment membership webinar with you. As we show, we have 9 chapters throughout the state and excited that we continue to grow. We've had a great year. And with these amazing people from Scottsdale and what other chapters have done throughout the state, we feel we're going to continue growing strongly for 2016 under Lynn Trait's leadership as state president, and we're really excited. Okay, Stace.
Hi everyone, I'm Stacy Krolak from the Scottsdale Network. I'm so happy to be here today and share with you some great ideas for retention and also growth for your chapters. And I really believe that this is attainable for every single network across our country, well now global now that we're going global, Brazil, Vancouver, and Toronto, yes. So, we have some great stuff to share today, so let's get started.
All right. Okay. Good morning. This is LaTanya Gore, Vice Chair of Membership for the Scottsdale Network, and we're going to just get right into things with the membership retention strategy, which is actually very similar to the recruitment strategy. There really is a partnership, and they go hand in hand. That at the forefront is really knowing, understanding, and communicating the value of the WCR membership. We want members to feel a sense of belonging amongst their community of peers as real estate professionals. We want to feel connected with other members through productive professional relationships, and the bottom line is taking their business to the next level, and then also achieving tangible personal growth and business results. I've seen a number of realtors as well as affiliates who have gotten involved in the various committee levels, and you can see their personal growth with taking more initiative, their leadership, being more involved in specific projects that we've done throughout the Scottsdale chapter, and it's not at just the board level. It's really a team effort with the committee chairs, the committee members, and then just other volunteers that step up, and ultimately we want to have fun doing what we're doing. From a membership retention goal, everyone I think knows that the contest is kicking off January 1st, and it's the first quarter of 2016. And from a Scottsdale Network perspective, our goal is to become 125 members by the end of the year. We haven't really discussed our first quarter goal. Shelly's not here with us, but we'll look at what the goals are for 2016. But we know we want to continue growing, and we want to strive to be the best retention network. So we're looking to compete in that first month of January in 2016, and our goal is to be first place, but you'll see here first place, second place, and third place, the financial rewards that we can receive for becoming the best retention network.
And make sure that you visit WCR.org on our national website and read all of the rules. You can print those off. They have all of the stipulations and requirements for retention and recruitment, and they're very specific because I know last year when we were working through the process, we were not as knowledgeable as we could have been, but we figured it out, and before the end of March 31st, we got in line and we were able to achieve first place. So make sure that you really pull those information off of the website and share it with your team so you can be on board and know what those are, because just for example, the end of January, they'll have certain specific requirements and rewards, the end of February, and then ending in March.
And it's the numbers are higher in January. It kind of escalates downward. So January is kind of the month where you can get the most points, and then it reduces in February, and then in March. So January is really a big month, and full court press, so you can achieve the highest numbers in the contest period. So just wanted to mention that.
And with that being said, you might want to even think about reaching out in December just to let those people know if they're just returning or if they're new, that's what you'll be doing, is you'll be contacting them January 1 or soon after. So,
yes,
yes. Just to give them a little notice.
It's never too early to start, planning and be proactive, so you can, January 1 really hit the ground running and be aggressive with the events that you're doing and the networking and real estate office presentations and all the other things that you can fill your January calendar with as many exposure opportunities to realtors within your geographic area. Then we want to just continue to reiterate our top 10 reasons to join WCR. We actually also view this as our new member checklist. So looking at from a leadership standpoint, an educational standpoint with our business resource meetings or webinars, we're looking to implement quarterly realtor masterminds within the Scottsdale network. And then really taking advantage of the referral program. I'm going to have Stacy talk a little bit about that, because you have actively taken advantage of the referral network. And I know no matter where you travel to, you always make it a point to meet with another WCR realtor member, and if you could speak to that just a little bit.
Sure. This is a whole new division of your business, and that's the way I think of it, okay? So every time I'm traveling, even when it's with the family or whatnot, I look up that city and I look at the realtors, and I find a realtor that would match good with my personalities just from what I can read from their profile. That's why it's so important to always upgrade and update your profile, add any designations or specialties or different areas that you're embarking on. So if that touches to someone, that they're going to call you. So anyway, circling back, I meet with somebody in that area, and I just talk to them about their business strategies and what they're doing, and let them know the areas that I'm working too, because you never know who they're going to run into in the future, and then they're going to call you. So I think that's always so important to reach out and find out what other agents are doing around the country, because you could pick up on a great nugget to help increase your business. So then after I do meet with them, I keep them in my sphere, emailing or on Facebook or LinkedIn. I try to get in touch with them on all those social aspects as well. And then the referrals, it's worked really well for me, and that's without getting my PMN designation, which I just received in San Diego, and I'm so super excited about that. So now there is a specific search on our website that you can check, and it will only pull up people that have that designation. Okay, so I'm glad to be in that circle now. And then on top of that, they have banners that you can advertise for within the website of WCR, and I am going to take full advantage of that. And once you have your designation, I notice that the price is quite reduced. I believe it's $140 a year, and if you don't have the designation, it's $240, I believe. So that is quite a nice benefit that our national is giving us. So I'm going to definitely take advantage of that. But just speaking a little on the designation of the PMN, I was so very impressed with the literature and the data that I received, and the business to business was just amazing. I'm going to share that information with my whole board, and hopefully everyone will follow through and get that designation. Shelley Duncan, our president for 2016, received her designation as well, and so did Carly Hill. So all three of us did. I'm really proud of that. But everybody should go through that. It is a great designation.
I'd like to also add, in my role as a title rep with Title 365, I meet with realtors all the time, and I had a realtor share a success story with the WCR Referral Network. She had a referral for one deal, and she used a particular realtor outside of the WCR Referral Network, and she said it was a horrible experience. And then she had another referral. She actually went on the app and found someone in the geographic area, and they did a deal. Everything went very, very smoothly. So I think that's a testimony to the realtors in the WCR network really know the real estate business and know how to have a smooth transaction and not be problematic and like, I will never use that realtor again. So I just wanted to share that from a recent meeting that I had with a realtor.
And I'd just like to interject here as well. That's why the average Women's Council member income is about $113,000 compared to the average realtor nationally of $36,000. We are a professional network, and we grow and develop leaders in our industry, at Women's Council, and as realtors.
And I also believe that every realtor in your network you should encourage them to use the logo, and we have that on the back end of our local website. Use that in your signature. Let everyone know that you are a Women's Council member. And then I also use it in my advertising too. I let people know who I am, and it was the cutest thing when I first started doing it. This couple, I listed their house, and they were going around to their neighbors touting, oh, do you know that my realtor is the president of the Scottsdale chapter? And they were just touting me. I was like, thank you so much. But they really thought that was a big deal. And it is a big deal, right?
It is.
So I think it's important that we let our community know that, because it does put us on a different playing field.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Additional items from a retention standpoint is, again, the value that we offer for our realtor members and affiliate members in regards to the business resource meetings, the networking opportunities, our blockbuster events, our strategic partners, the webinars. It's what you put in is what you're going to get out. It's not just, writing a check or, paying by credit card and that's all you do. You have to be actively engaged and involved and participate in order to reap the rewards of the membership. Now I'm going to have Stacy talk about the home tour. That's something new that we have implemented within the Scottsdale network, and so we have implemented in 2015, and we're kind of tweaking some things and look to take it to a whole nother level in 2016.
So we started the home tours to give more value to our realtors, and it has gotten great feedback because a lot of, like, for example, if a Pinnacle Peak RMS is full or their local broker, is full with their home tours, they can come over to our chapter, our network, and expose their listings and get people in their homes. Once they are members, they can also go onto our social media Facebook page. They can list that home on there, any buyer seller needs as well, and our agents have just really loved it. So we have Best Home on Tour, okay, and we only limit our tours to 5 to 6 homes. That way we're estimating that the average time to drive that many homes in a 5-mile radius of wherever our meeting is being held would be about an hour to an hour and a half. So we're not taking a huge portion of their afternoon so they can get back to their clients. And they vote on each home. They have a sheet to fill out on each home. And then the best home gets a Best Home on Tour rider that they can hang on their listing, and they also get a framed certificate as well that they can put in their home. And even the homeowners are really enjoying that they have Best Home on Tour too.
Okay. One thing I just wanted to add to this about the social media push, we really want our realtor members to really view us as a marketing resource for them from a social media standpoint, and promoting their just listed, just solds, buyer needs or wants, their open houses, broker opens, and we're seeing more activity in that area from realtors that they want our help in marketing, and through our Facebook business page, we can do that. Tricia, do you mind talking about the state and national conferences and the scholarships, and
Sure,
anything else you want to add about PMM? I know Stacy talked a little bit about PMN.
Well, as we showed earlier, we have 9 networks in the state of Arizona, ranging in membership from probably 15 up to 122 that Scottsdale has. We have 3 state meetings a year, and the one in March is in conjunction with the Arizona Association of Realtors, but we always have our own day. And then in August, this past year, we did a huge educational event that we brought Todd Talbot, HGTV, amazing speaker presenter from Vancouver, British Columbia. And then we actually have our December state meetings coming up December 1st and 2nd. And there will be more information that we share about that at the end of this presentation. And we all just came back from the national meeting in San Diego. And wow, were we lucky. Were we lucky. Our national organization has taken our educational opportunities and leadership opportunities to a brand new level. Just everything new, timely, and gives us the opportunity to grow as leaders, as well as helps us grow in our own individual businesses as well. Lynn, why don't you?
Well, I think too, when you talk about the state and national level, it brings a new dimension to membership, because so many times members come in and they are so myopic, they just think about the local chapters and what value there is there. But when you are able to attend state meetings and hear about the national meetings, if you can't attend, then it brings a whole new scope to the whole idea, and along with the referrals and with the website, the national website, and the opportunities on the website, which I'm sure you might go into later, there's just a lot of more value there. So I think that that's really important. And also because we have, she's now our immediate past national president, but she was the 2015 national president for Women's Council of Realtors, is a member of the Scottsdale chapter, but a part of Arizona and a part of the nation. So we get her input locally as well as getting it nationally. So we are very, very lucky that she brings back everything that she knows. She's going to be a liaison to the National Association of Realtors for the next few years, which will get us a voice in that too. So I think that's really important to let our members know that that's another value for them.
And Lynn, were you able to use one of the scholarships just recently? Could you speak about that?
Sure. When I got my my last leadership class for the Performance Management Network, I was able to apply for a scholarship. We have scholarships on each local level, and each chapter is different as to what scholarship level they give. It's usually $100 or $200. Then the state has our own scholarship fund that we will also provide anybody that applies, and it's mostly for designations, so furthering your education to become a leader, as well as your attending these state and national meetings so that you can be reimbursed for that kind of education and experience too. There are some qualifications that each chapter has on their various websites as to what you need to, how you need to qualify for the scholarships. Generally, you need to have attended a certain number of meetings, and you also have to be active, either in the local chapter or, because that we want to get people involved, as LaTanya said, because that's how they see the value. Not just by attending, they need to be involved and be able to get as they give. So that rewards that by giving the scholarships, so that's another benefit. And you can actually get more scholarships back than what you pay in your annual dues, so that's
And I'm sorry, I forgot to mention Lynn, our state president for 2016, got her PMN
yes,
as well. So
yes,
I think we had at least 4 people from the Scottsdale chapter
Yes.
receive that.
So
So
we had probably another 4 from the state.
right,
So yeah.
right. So
If
how
not more.
lucky are we
Yeah.
to have that? That was really exciting when I saw the familiar faces going up. Yes, so that is one thing that I tout when I talk to realtors. I say to them, if you took advantage of both the local and the state scholarship, you could make $25 on us. And I just put that out there because I just want them to know how much we believe in our brand and we believe in what we're doing and how we educate women and how we help you increase your business and make you a better leader in our community. And I think that really comes home to them when I do that. You know, they're like, oh, okay. So I think that's really a good little nugget to use when you're out there speaking to realtors. Let them know that's how much we believe in what we're doing.
Mhm.
Thank you, ladies.
Why don't you talk about your community involvement, Stacy?
Oh, okay, with Girls Rule?
Mhm.
Okay, so with Girls Rule is a group of, well, it's a charity, okay? And they cultivate girls from the age of 13 to 17, okay? And what they do is they educate, they enable, and they take them to the next level of what their dreams are. So for example, we have young women in our community. One might want to be a TV broadcaster someday. So what we do is we sit down with them and we pair them with someone in our group, our immediate group, that has a education or a background in that specific area, and we'll speak to them about the education that they would need to receive to do such of that job. And then we're able to also provide internships to take them to the next level. So it's just not dream big, but let's help them execute and follow through and enable them to follow their dreams. And then what we do is we have a summit once a year. We just had the summit last month, and we have probably about 500 girls that will write in and tell us about their dreams. And we reward 4 girls $500 to follow through with their dreams. And so it is just so exciting and I don't know, emotional, I guess, for me, because it's just these are the leaders that are going to lead us tomorrow. And, these little girls will be our leaders. And that's what we need to do. We need to give back. It's part of our giving back. We're learning as women, and then these young women are coming up the reins. And so I just absolutely love our charity, and Shelley has decided to continue in 2016 with our charity. And another thing that I have to tout about Dina Patton, she's the CEO of Girls Rule. She's just not a silent chair. She comes to our meetings. She's actively involved. She's brought us strategic partners, probably about 3 of them, I think. She's helped me with referrals. I've gotten 3 referrals just through people that she's known. And so she is very, very active in our chapter, not only with the charity, but with helping us grow as a chapter too. And that just speaks volumes of her.
I think it's important, no matter what charity your chapter chooses, that it's somebody that you can partner with. In other words, you help them and they help you. And it's also a value added to your members that they know that you are giving back. Because even though we are a not-for-profit organization, we don't keep all the money ourselves. We give it, and whether it's in the form of scholarships or whether it's with our charities. So I think that our members need to know that, because it again gives a little bit of a broader base to what their membership is all about. And then if they can the chapter can get value from the charity as well. So, whether it's the ability to go and help out physically, or whether it's referrals, or whether it's financial, or just getting the word out. I think it's really important that you look at who you choose for your charity and make sure that it is a good partnership.
And I think, each chapter right throughout the state selects their own charity of choice.
Mm-hmm.
And the Phoenix chapter, which I've been involved in for 9 years now, have had Osborne School. And not that they necessarily receive back from Osborne School, but they fundraise every year for that school, and it'll be happening here in the next month. We go out and shop and buy educational gifts for the school and the children. And for most of the children that attend that school, that is their only gift that they get to open at Christmas. So that's a pretty amazing gift that chapter specifically. I know the East Valley.
That's wonderful.
The East Valley, their charity is a women's shelter. So, it's all up to each individual chapter, but it brings us back to strong community involvement at all levels.
One thing that I want to add for community involvement, we had our top women in real estate awards event, and Joanne Calloway won that. And so she had approached us about being involved with the Real Estate Wednesdays for Salvation Army. So we have taken that on, and so in the month of December we will have realtors within WCR as well as our affiliates out there ringing the bells and in support of the Salvation Army. So that's another added community involvement where the members can get involved and serve, and actually supporting one of our top realtors within the network.
And great exposure at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. Okay, membership retention focus, looking at the goals. Each member should recruit one person per month in their sphere of influence. Goal for strategic partners, each partner should recruit one person per month, and then create broker strategy partners. They should recruit 10 members a year. Stacy, do you want to add a little bit more to this? I know that with the in this area, just add a little bit more.
Well, originally this is kind of how we have started in January, is having each one of our membership people that were on that committee, just one person per month for the rest of the year, okay? And it brings it down to just little small numbers, and because everybody thinks, oh my gosh, I could do one, but if you ask them to do 10, they're like overwhelmed. So if you just start with one, and believe me, they will recruit more than one. So that's the great thing about it. And so if you think about it, just give them 2 months off. Give them Christmas and another month. So just say you're giving them 10. If you have 5 people in your membership committee and they each recruit one member for 10 months, that's 50 people right there. So that's how fast your chapter could grow. So you could start in just, onesie twosies like that, okay? Now, another thing is that our strategic partners have become so important to us, and we've realized through one of them, she came to LaTanya and I, and she said, I have a personal goal of 20 agents that I would like to help you recruit. And so LaTanya and I are looking at each other, we're like, oh, we need to further this, so we're going to ask our other strategic partners to have goals. So I think that's so important because, like LaTanya said, the strategic partners that get involved, then they develop relationships with these other members, and then they start earning business. And that's how this whole process works, is through relationships, really. I mean, that's how we even get our clients. So please reach out to your strategic partners and set up goals with them, and they will help you achieve your goals, because once you get that energy and that synergy going with your membership people and also your strategic partners, there'll be no stopping you. You guys will reach your goals and surpass your goals. And then the last one, the broker. We have gone out and asked, we have the one broker. Well, now we're going to set a separate strategic partner, not scholarship, a level for them to join as a broker. And then with that will be attached a certain amount of memberships that we would like them to help us to attain. So this all goes toward the goal of increasing membership.
And I think what one important thing is you don't just have a VP of membership, or you just don't have a membership chair. Your whole chapter are part of your membership recruitment team and your membership retention team. Just get them all involved, whether it's bringing somebody in or talking to people at the meetings. Just make sure that they know that their input is important, and that they shouldn't leave everything to one person or one committee. It's the whole membership that needs to be involved. And if, for the business resource networks that do not have strategic partners, you do have your own vendors that you use, your own lenders and everything. So even if they can't be members, I'm sure that they realize, since they work with you, the importance of having quality realtors that they can work with. And, maybe you can figure out a way to do something with them that could show them value, even if they can't physically be a member, and get more people to your chapter, just to help them have their sphere be better educated and have a network that they can work with.
And I think when they see the success that your members are having, these strategic partners will want to introduce them to your chapter and say, look how, educated these women are and how they support each other and they're helping get referrals. They can only want to refer us to our chapters. I think that's so important, that they would want to do that and help. So I think that's really, really important. Now, something that happened at National that I think was great, Cindy Reddy, our national president, she offered up a full registration, I believe, and airfare, and what else was in the packet to go to?
Registration and
and room, and the room, yes. So our Velma Galler, right?
Mm-hmm.
She won that from Prescott. So she's going to be able to reward one member this opportunity to attend a conference next year. And so I got to thinking, and I'm like, you know what? That's what we should do for our first half next year with the monies that we have raised.
Mm-hmm.
That should go into the jackpot. So every new member from January 1, probably ending it somewhere in April, they should be able to have the opportunity to be drawn, one of those new members, to go to a national meeting. And in the second half, do the same thing, draw it, for the national meetings. Because let me tell you, it's so hard to articulate the network and what it can do for you and the big picture until you see it. And that's what was so exciting about one of the members that we did get to take just this past week, Anne Marie Crumpy. She was just so impressed by what she saw and seeing the bigger picture and understanding, just even the respect. When we address our national president, we address her Madam President. And I think, that is very, very touching. She really enjoyed that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's another idea to recruit members.
Okay. As we move on, from a membership committee perspective within Scottsdale, we have increased our committee in anticipation for, we're going to have part of the team that's focusing, or part of the committee that's focusing on recruiting aspects, and then others that will be focusing on retention details. So we want to take a closer look at those members not renewing, really getting feedback from them, and if there's things that we need to bring back to the board to implement changes, we will definitely be looking to get that feedback and make changes accordingly. We will continue to offer the new member orientation. One of the things at the new member orientation, we have them fill out a committee involvement form. So really getting new members started from the beginning. One of the things that's not on the list that we're going to be doing is we're going to have a dedicated resource to actually audit the national website of the member profiles to see who does not have a photo, who does not have a complete profile. And so we're going to come alongside them and be their accountability and help them with that if they need help, or just following up to just send a phone call, a text, or an email to say, you're missing out on referral opportunities because your profile's not complete with your photo and all of your information. We also want to implement a new member coffee, aligning the new member with someone who is either at the board level, chair level, or someone who's been involved in the organization for more than 2 years. And so that's something we'll be implementing, as well as our quarterly networking events, Realtor Masterminds. We want to cover really all the bases when you look at an organization and the value that you're offering, that we have our monthly meetings, we have the educational, the networking, the Realtor Mastermind. Then we talked about community involvement, we've talked about the app, we've talked about scholarships and the PMN, and then the webinar. So again, really just reiterating kind of back to the basics with a few new things that are on the retention focus list as well. Stacy?
And the app, I just cannot say enough about our app. It is so powerful, and I always try to share that whenever I'm with any members. Once you can unlock the information in there, there are free webinars that you can attend and just listen in the car when you're driving. Put your headphones on, or in an airplane or something. You can find out about all of our meetings. You can find out what's going on, who's got the PMN, and really put on your on your member profile, put keywords of what you do, maybe that your specialty, you know, is it REO, you know, is it new homes, things like that, because those are keywords that people are really looking at. Is it land? Is it residential, commercial, whatever? I think that will help you get referrals, and that I cannot say enough about the app. And you don't have to go to a website anymore. This information is right here at your fingertips, and you can access it anywhere at any time. And to me, that's priceless, because that we are on the go. We're moving realtors. I'm doing business in my car. I'm doing business in the airplane. I'm doing business in front of clients. And so this, I thank National for doing this and giving us this information at our fingertips. So they're really trying to put us at the forefront of the market and make us better as agents. And so I think that is really, really cool.
Okay. The next slide, we really want members to know that we're leveraging social media and technology. So through the WCR Scottsdale Facebook page, we will be doing a new member welcome. We will be posting to encourage them to update their member profile if they haven't already. One of the things, one of our realtor members, Shirley Small from Berkshire Hathaway, she provides us with a Motivational Monday post, so that goes out via email as well as social media, via Facebook. We want to continue to promote the scholarships. Have you taken advantage of the scholarships at a local and national level? Have you pursued, getting your PM designation? We also do birthday announcements via social media on Facebook as well as via email. We want to also leverage utilizing videos in our posts. So that's something new that we'll be doing more of 2016. We will be continuing to promote the BRMs, the networking events, realtor masterminds via social media, just listed, just sold, broker opens, open houses. And do you want to talk about the texting tornado, Stacy?
Sure. So one of our strategic partners brought this to our network, and that was our Arbonne representative, Lisa King. And what they have done in Arbonne is when they are trying to reach a goal and they haven't yet got there yet, they use this application called Texting Tornado. And I just absolutely love it, because what we have done is we've put our new member orientation PDF in a picture form that you can share through texting, and then we have our link. Every single person on in our membership committee and also on our board has the link to join now, and that's so easy, you guys. Go to WCR.org, you go to the join page, join now, just copy that link, and I keep it in my notebook on my phone. And so if I meet someone, I probably shared this 25 times just at National. I go ahead and I pull up that picture, I hit that link, and I send it right off to them. And they've got everything, again, at their fingertips. So allegedly a new realtor that you could run into could hit that link from their text, go right to the join now, and pay for their membership and join. So the easier you make it for the person you're trying to recruit, I believe the more you're going to be able to recruit. And to me, that's priceless. So I really love that. So, you're just on the cusp of getting there. If everyone commits to maybe 1 or 2 people and you text to 5 people in your sphere, you're going to hit your goal, most likely. And it's just easy peasy. You don't have to have a big formal meeting. Everyone can be all over the country and make this happen. And that's the kind of world we live in now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. The retention documents, we have documents that we use in the new member orientation. We're going to actually be developed, as we have a new member welcome email template, we're going to create one for membership retention. So as someone is about to, their membership is about to expire, we will send them an email that will, kind of communicate the value. We want you to renew. If you have any questions or concerns, we'd be more than happy to meet with you over coffee to discuss that. And sometimes it's people have joined and they haven't taken advantage of the value that the organization has to offer in the membership. So having that one-on-one to say, well, let me understand what's going on in your real estate business. Let's see how we can fit something in. Maybe how can you do something, if not once a month, maybe every other month. So just trying to, work with them, because everyone's busy, we realize that, but we want them to get something, the value out of what they have made in the financial investment. The 10 tips to maximize your WCR membership, it's really the same information in regards to the top 10 reasons to join, the new member benefits. It's really the same information. We're just repackaging it differently. But we want to just, stay consistent with the message in regards to why to join, why to, the member checklist, and then why to stay a member. So it's really the same member information. And then the membership flyer, I like no realtor left behind. We want all the realtors in Scottsdale to join the Scottsdale network. So we want to leave no realtor behind. So
strengths in numbers,
strengthens numbers, exactly.
And
as the chapter grows, we need more resources to do what we need to do, as well as maintain what we're doing, but then also for the growth and the new things that we need to offer our members. So we need more, hands on deck, so to speak.
I think too, with the no member left behind, I think you can say that no new member is left without constant contact and, knowing that you are glad that they are there.
Right.
They miss a meeting, then you let them know they were missed. If they come to a couple meetings and you say how great it was to see them, so that everybody gets touched. And I think that's really important, because I think if you don't do that, then somebody can come and say, well, they don't really care if I'm here or not. Mm-hmm. And that is a huge part of retention. So I think you can use that phrase in two different ways.
Okay, thank you, Lynn, for that. The next is just the retention communication. We want to, beef up our communication so we retain our members. So, continuing to do some of the things that we're doing here, but then also just reiterating what Lynn said is, we do want to implement a stay in touch campaign that's by email, phone, and social media, because that, consistently communicating the WCR value, we're just coming back to that, always coming back to that. And if someone hasn't been to an event, then just figuring out, well, let's talk about it. How can you work something into your schedule? Because we offer a variety of different opportunities. We realize not every realtor can attend each one of them, but just, figuring out a plan. And so that staying in touch with them, and then consistently communicating the WCR value.
And one thing I love, I don't think we've touched upon it, but I know LaTanya and her committee, and I try to do this at every meeting. We try to get there super, super early and try to just shake everyone's hand and introduce ourselves to them. And I think that means so much, that they see a smiling face,
yes,
and that we're shaking hands and we're talking to them. Hi, how's your business doing? What can we do to help you? And I think that speaks volumes. When you say that to somebody, they're almost kind of, they stand back, they're like, what? And they almost are like, you're offering to help me? And yes, we would love to share the tools that we have in this group. And I think if you do that, you will win realtors over.
Totally. And then we're going to continue with our quarterly new member recruitment giveaway. We, on a quarterly basis, we will assemble items that are donated by realtors or affiliate members within the Scottsdale network, and we give a WCR basket away. This is a sampling of some of the items in our basket, and it changes a little bit from quarter to quarter, but these are usually the things that we're asking realtors or affiliate members to donate. I think it's been a great success, and the people that win it, they're just like elated, and so we're going to continue to do that. We've talked about providing some type of new member gift. We haven't finalized that, but that's something that we will be bringing forth at one of the next board meetings and making a final decision on that. So
one thing that is an easy gift that you can do at any level and in any size network, there are member pins that you can give, and have them get up when you're introducing
Yeah, we
new
need to-
members, you know, or you can
Yeah.
do them quarterly, or you can do them, you know, every other meeting or whatever, having them stand up and giving them a pin. You know, it's a minimal cost,
Yeah.
but it is something that recognizes
Yeah.
them and gives them something tangible that
Okay.
they can wear. And then if somebody asks them, well, what's that? You know,
Yeah.
then they can explain all about the chapter and be a
Sure.
great ambassador.
I agree.
Mhm.
Thank you, Lynn, for that. And then this is just WCR Scottsdale. We developed this pledge to our members. We're here to listen to their needs and to share experiences and knowledge to help them grow as a leader and to inspire them to maximize their potential within the WCR network. We want them to consider us as a resource to assist them at any time because we listen and we care. So, we're here to help them. And from a professional, from a business, from a friend standpoint, and so that's our pledge to our members. So
Do you have
That-
that printed somewhere, or is that just?
we
kind of a-
can print it. We don't have it printed. We have it in our, but we can print that. That's a great
Yeah,
That would
idea.
be a great thing to
Yeah,
hand them
yeah,
with their
like-
pin.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, that would
That's a
be
great
nice.
idea. That's
Yeah.
an easy one to implement.
Yeah.
So we want to open it up for any questions from those that are on the webinar. Keep talking.
There's our information. Please feel free to contact any of us. We are here to help you. We want to help you. And like I stated before, this is attainable for every network in our nation. And we want to see the state of Arizona grow and our nation in membership. And I know that this is probably one of Lynn's goals. I haven't heard what it is for our state, but I'm anxious to hear it soon because I'll be part of the state next year, so I'm
That's
so
right.
very excited.
Okay.
So I want to get on board and know what those goals are too. But please feel free to reach out and ask any of us. And then just one other thing I wanted to mention, talking about like how Lynn was saying, with the pin, you're acknowledging a new person in your membership and you're giving them exposure. The meeting that we had in September was the top 15 women in real estate, and you can have any number, it doesn't matter. But if you do this for your membership and you acknowledge them in some way in your community, this will help you tenfold. I cannot tell you how much attention and just warmth from the community and embracement that we've gotten from doing this meeting. We had 15 top realtors that we acknowledged for their sales, and then we had 3 awards that we gave, honorary awards, that they would have to be nominated and they knew nothing about. And we only had, I believe, about 5 of those members of the top 15, LaTanya, that were actual Scottsdale members
At the time,
at
yeah.
the time. Now, I think 14 of them
Yeah, I think
are
we've
all
only had
in our
one that
network that they've joined since we did this event. And so it will not only help you grow your membership, but people afterwards, we already had strategic partners coming up and saying, we want to sponsor this next year. I mean, a year ahead of time. You guys, that never happened before. So we're like, hell yeah, And then members saying, we want to join because we want to be part of this. So it just really gave us such a good feeling, and it really helped our chapter, I believe. So in any way you can acknowledge your members, please do this in your own local chapters. It will help you.
And not only did they acknowledge these people, but they had a panel, and they brought up a few of the ones that they had acknowledged, and one that was on a team, and one that had done it with her husband, and somebody that was sole. And I mean, it was great, the questions that were asked, and getting the knowledge shared from these top producers was helpful to everybody that was there. So not only was it a acknowledgement, but it was also a give back to our members, which was great. And this can be done no matter what size chapter you are.
Yes.
And just remember that you just start small. Just give yourself a small goal. It's kind of like exercise, You start off in January, you're going to lose something, but just say I'm going to lose 1 pound or whatever. But just start small, and it will grow exponentially if you just start small.
When it's exciting because we have our state meetings coming up December 1st. And it's exciting to see some of your new members that are top producers have registered for some of our
Oh,
for our
Oh, that's
December 1st
wonderful.
event. So we do have a question here, and I think, Stacy, this is a perfect question for you. Do you actively recruit male realtors?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We just recruited a male member, Paul Crumby from Fountain Hills.
HomeSmart.
HomeSmart, yes. And we challenged him, are you man enough to join? He said, absolutely. And so he actually attended our national meeting too. And so very, very supportive. I told him we need another member, we need another male. So he said, I'm on it. So definitely, I think this is a really important piece of your puzzle for your membership. It speaks volume to have men that support women. It makes me want to support them more and think of how we can pull them in as well, because when a man is that thoughtful intentionally to help a women's
totally.
organization, I want to give back. It makes me want to give back. So I think it's very exciting to have males support us that way.
Okay, next question. How do you counter members who are very resistant to change? I think Women's Council, and it's really interesting, I've been involved in Women's Council now for 9 full years. I became a realtor in January, and I joined Women's Council in January. And for me personally, it's just the personal growth and for my business has been over the top amazing. And I think at one point in time, and we joke about it, I think a lot of people think Women's Council of Realtors is just a cooking club or a lunch club, but we develop leaders. And I think, when people have the opportunity to see the growth, their own personal growth, as well as members in their chapter and in their state chapter, it's huge. So I think it's a huge part of it is being actively involved and seeing each other and helping each other grow. And I love the story, Stacy, about when you had your planning retreat. She had one of her members pick me up and get me up to Munns Park to the meeting, and she says, now you got to take care of Trish. So, but what was great, her husband questioned her, why would you want to go to a retreat with a bunch of women that are competition? But I think that's the biggest thing that Women's Council of Realtors brings to each other. We encourage, help, and support each other. And we just want to help each other grow.
Yeah, it's not a competition to me, because really what we're doing is we're enabling you through our chapter, through our resources, to increase your business, to increase your leadership, to increase your education, everything about what you are as a realtor, all those components together. That's what Women's Council does for you. So to me, circling back to that question about the change, to me, you have to change. You have to change almost every day. The speed of technology that's happening in our world today, to just be a realtor that's on top of what's happening, you have to embrace change. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. So I would say we're here to help you with those tools to even change at a faster rate so you can be more competitive over the average realtor that's out there. And that's what Women's Council does for you. The tools that I learn every time I'm with a group of Women's Council puts me ahead of the game.
Exactly.
It does.
And I always like to say you get firsthand information at Women's Council before you do any other organization.
I think also too, if someone, you're having a conversation with someone and they are resistant to change, I think it's important to, okay, well, let's talk about that. Really getting to know, what's going on with that person and their real estate business. I find it hard to believe that once you sit down and have that conversation, that out of all the value that we offer, that there's not one thing on there that can help them. I find that very hard to believe. So sometimes it's having that conversation with someone and really getting them to, think about and then ask the right questions and then redirect them to, well, if you're looking to get more referrals, being part of WCR can help you get more referrals, and walk them through that. This is what we offer for you to get more referrals. Okay,
If the change that they're talking about is their chapter's way of doing recruitment or retention, then that may be what they're talking about. Maybe just seeing the benefits that others have gone through and showing them the end results can make the change that you have to go through to get there and the process a little bit more worthwhile and a little bit more something that they might want to try if they see that the end results can be so beneficial.
absolutely.
So wrapping it all up, we are so excited at the state level to be offering our December 1st and 2nd meetings. In the morning, December 1st, our meetings start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We will have a very brief general and governing board meeting. And then we have an amazing day planned that every realtor and affiliate will benefit from attending. We start the morning with Randy Cooney doing 8 to be great in real estate. We have a gentleman from Texas coming in that came highly recommended on memory. And then our own Cindy Reddy is going to be presenting to us, You're Not Good Enough, Says Who? And then we're really excited, we're going to be launching a brand new CE class called Anatomy of a Transaction that will touch every aspect of the transaction. I joke about it saying, does Mr. and Mrs. Seller or buyer ever begin to realize what we as realtors go through to get their deal done? No. But this is going to touch every aspect. Listing, selling, title, lender, appraiser, home warranty, home inspection. It's going to touch every aspect, and it will help educate us as realtors to know what each one of those people do to get the transaction done. And then following that, to wrap up the afternoon, we have Achievement Now by Tyler Enslin, also from Texas, and then our state installation and cocktail reception and dinner, wrapping up the evening. And then on the following day, the 2nd, we have a full morning planned to help the chapters plan for 2016, a follow-up from what we did in August, where Stacy and LaTanya will also be presenting again something similar to what we have done over these past 2 webinars, and we'll be sharing tons and tons of information. We want to help you grow.
Absolutely.
We want to help you make your members the best that they can be. Kelly, thank you so much from
Thank you.
AAR for helping us bring this to fruition.
Oh, my pleasure. Anytime. Did you talk about that?
Yes. And tickets are available at eventbrite.com.
It's a long.
It's a long one. So if you have interest, shoot us a text or an email, any of us.
And any chapter can post that on their Facebook page, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Get other people to come, bring
Yeah.
a new member.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, ladies.
And the deadline for registration is Tuesday, please.
Yes.
Tuesday.
With Thanksgiving.
Except for the CE class, you can register if you're doing that alone, that can be done.
Right. Thanks, everybody. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
holiday season.